Okay, in Toolkit video 5, we're just going to be looking at multiplication. Now, multiplication is a topic that, depending when you learn maths, you might have learnt it in a different manner, and there's a lot of different multiplication techniques out there. In secondary school, what we tend to use most is the grid method and the column method. I'm going to show the column method here because that's the technique that's being taught in Key Stage 2 at primary schools for the SATs. So let's think about a number where we have a 2-digit number times by a single digit. So we'd set that up in column multiplication. So we'd have 27 multiplied by 8. Now multiplication, like addition, is commutative, so that's the same as 8 times by 27, but students tend to be more comfortable putting the big number first, as it doesn't matter, that's the way I'm going to lay it out. So start off in the ones column. 8 sevens is the same as 7 eights, so that's 56. So I exchange my 5 into this column. So I can't write 56 in the ones column, so 50 of those ones make 5 tens. Now I'm going to do 8 times by, it's not 2, it's 8 times by 20, but 8 twos are 16. Add the 5 gets 21. So I've got 21 tens. I can't write 21 tens here, so I'll write my 21 like that. 27 times 8, 216. That method then taken a bit further if we have a 3-digit number. And let's times it by a 2-digit number. So 349 times by 25. I'm going to set it up in exactly the same way. So 349 times by 25. I'm going to start off just working in the ones column. So effectively, this column here, I'm doing 349 times by the 5. So 5 nines are 45. I can't write 45 ones, so I'll exchange 40 of the ones for 10s. Where you put this little 4, it doesn't really matter as long as you remember to use it. So I tend to put them at the bottom. So I've got 45 for 9 fives. Now I'm doing 4 fives are 20, but I need to remember this 4. So 4 fives are 20, plus the 4 is 24. So I'll write my 24 like that. Just cross that out to show I've used it. Can't write 24 tens, so I change 20 of the 10s for 200s. Now I'm doing 5 times 3. 5 threes are 15, add the 2, makes 17. So that's my first line of working. 349 times by 5 gets me 1,745. And I've done everything with the 5. So now I'm going to work with this 2, but it's not 2, it's 2 in the tens column. So this calculation is actually 349 times by 20. So to acknowledge that we're working in the tens column, I'm going to put a 0 in there, because that's not 9 times 2, it's 9 times 20. So 2 nines are 18, so I'm going to put my 18 like that, exchange my 10 tens for 100. Now I'm going to 2 4s are 8, plus this 1, that's me 9. And 2 3s are 6. And so when I do 349 times by 20, I get 6,980. So at the moment I've got these, and they're my component parts of this multiplication that you need to add up. I've not crossed out this one which I used, which I should do, otherwise we'll get confused when we're adding. So in the ones column I've got 5 plus 0. I've got 4 plus 8 is 12 tens, so I'm going to do that. So I did actually need a 1 there in the end. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus the 7 is 17, and 6 plus 1 gets me 8. So my final total is 8,725. After you've got confident with doing multiplication and division, obviously for each of these we've got the inverse we could do. So to check this one works, we could do 216 divided by 8, and we would get 27. And for this one, we could do 8,725 divided by 25, and we would get 349. Let's do one more of these as an example. So another 3-digit times 2-digit. So let's have 758 times by 49. So I'm going to set it up in exactly the same way. 758. Important thing here is that you line your columns up. So that's 49, so it's 4 in the tens column, 9 in the ones column. First bit of calculation is there's 9 times this number. So 9 eights, 72. 9 fives are 45, plus the 7 makes 52. Exchange the 5. 7 nines are 63, add the 5 makes 68. So this row is 758 times by 9. So now I'm working with the 4, but it's 40. So I'll put 0 in this column. 4 8s are 32. 4 5s are 20 plus the 3 makes 23. 4 7s are 28 plus the 2 makes 30. I've used those. So I'm now going to add these parts. 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 8 plus 3 is 11, so I'll have to exchange. 6 plus 1 is 7, and I've got 3 on its own. So I get 37,142 with a 3-digit multiplied by 2 digits.